Boom. Hi, traders. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, my traders. Come on in. Join us. Let's have an interesting talk together. I'd like to have you get nice and comfortable. Grab something maybe to write with if you like, a pen, notepad, journal of some type. Maybe you want to grab the beverage of your choice. Nice comfortable chair, get nice and comfortable. Now let's talk together, guys. Let's talk together informally today. Let's share some time together wherever you are in the world. We're doing this once again live with my family. Yes. How are you, traders? How are you? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well, traders. Wherever you find yourselves in the world today, so I don't know whether to say good afternoon, good evening, good morning to some. It really depends on where you're coming from. But I'm glad we're able to sort of meet here today. I know it's sort of short notice. I wanted to do this a few days ago, and I was thinking about actually having this talk with you maybe a few days later, but so why not have it today? And I want us to talk, traders, I want us to talk about this informally today. This topic, everything you need to actually be in the day trading space properly and professionally. The reason why I actually wanted to have a talk with you about this topic is because it is increasingly becoming very clear to me that a lot of people entering into this industry, into this space, really have a lot of misconceptions. This was not the case many, many years ago when the day trading industry first came into existence, I'd say back in the mid-1990s, if you will. This was not the case in the 2000s, but what's happened in recent times, especially in the post-pandemic era, we've got scores and scores of new people, new individuals who've suddenly entered into this space called the day trading or the short-term oriented trading space, who really have a lot of misconceptions, a lot of misinformation, and many participants have no idea of things such as what's the difference between retail trading and professional day trading or prop trading. What's the difference between a broker and a platform? I mean, these are very, very rudimentary things, but it's somewhat shocking to me at this particular point that so many individuals coming to me with these questions don't really understand a lot of the nuances of this industry. And so I just wanted to have a talk with you today about some of the basic and sometimes not so basic things that are required to really do this properly. There is a proper way to day trade if this is something that you want to try your hands at. And there are obviously tons of inappropriate ways to do this. I've always been a stickler for doing anything the professional way, the proper way, the professional way. If I can't do it that way, I'm just not interested in doing it. Okay? So now listen, I've got this live talk is happening in two locations. Here on my main YouTube page, Oliver Velez Trading, we are doing this in English. I am also broadcasting this live in Spanish on my Spanish YouTube page. Okay? And so I just want you to understand that if you happen to be hearing this in English and you need to hear this in Spanish, you need to get over to my Spanish YouTube channel. And I'll be having the English one here on my main channel. So I see that many of you are coming from all over the world here. I see India in the place. I see Germany. I see Paris. I see London. I see all throughout South America, all throughout the United States. I see Canada. We're an international audience here. And I'm very glad to see that. Now, I just thought that I thought it might be good for me traders to first talk about some of the pros and cons of day trading. Right now, day trading is obviously unique and different from investing and from things like swing trading or what have you. We're talking specifically about day trading, the style of market play where it is going to be your attempt to really go into the markets and come out of the markets, be relatively flat by the end of every single day in your open positions. You're going to attempt to make a living doing this day by day, week by week, month by month. That's what I mean by day trading. All right. Don't forget the Midwest. I can't forget about the Midwest. Chicago. I see you all. Turkey is in the house. Pennsylvania. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. I love it. I love it. So guys, why don't I do this? Why don't I want to take you to a couple of slides. I want to talk about some things. And I also want to have the opportunity, traders, if I can, to really take some of your questions. I think that by taking as many of your questions as I possibly can today, at least the relevant, pertinent ones, we can get past a lot of the misconceptions that I think are out there. So that's one thing that I do want to do. So why don't I do this? Let's go to some of the pros. I'd like to talk about some of the pros and cons. Let's get those out of the way, shall we? I think that's going to be very important for us to do. And I think that by going over some of these pros and cons, we can actually tackle some of the most difficult topics when it comes to day trading. Now, there are a lot of people who do not talk about the cons when it comes to this industry. And that's not something that I want us doing right now. We're going to talk about the cons. Now, guys, just very quickly, I know most of you know who I am, but if there's anyone who feels that that I do not have a right to talk about this industry, just take a quick look, guys. I placed my first trade in 1981. I'm one of the pioneers in this space, became a professional trader in December 6th of 1986. Started my own firm after leaving Wall Street to cater to firms on Wall Street in September of 1994 by forming a company called Pristine that became an international powerhouse throughout the world in the world of professional trading. Barron's ranked me and my services at that time in 1998 as #1 in the United States. The following year, Dow Jones dubbed me the Messiah of day trading in 1999, gave me that crown. I'm the author of 5 international best-selling books on the topics of trading, day trading as well. I have over 10,000 traders right now in over 92 different countries, guys, who day trade with me virtually every single day. I continue to advise financial organizations all over the world as it relates to their specific trading. Now, guys, this is an article written on me in 1999, dubbing me one of the top traders in the United States, one of the top day traders in the United States. And this is Barron's ranking my services for the day trading and professional trading space as being the #1 stop in the United States if you want to do this properly. And this is an image of some of the books. My books, I have 5 books in 5 different languages: English, Spanish, Japanese, Mandarin, and German, all written on the topic of trading and day trading. So I just tell you this because if there happens to be anyone at this particular time who feels like, who is this guy talking about trading? I just wanted to give you a little bit of my pedigree because there are a tremendous number of people in this industry who really, in my opinion, do not deserve or have a right to speak to you about this topic. But after 33 years of professionally trading, or many of those years professionally day trading, and after 38 years of trading in totality, I believe I have a right to actually speak about you, especially having been one of the pioneers of the day trading space. Guys, this is where you can follow me on all my social networks, right? So let's quickly talk about the pros of day trading. And the pros, I think, are going to be somewhat obvious to most traders. Number one, trading is a business, traders, and you need to approach it as such. I'm going to try to breeze through this as quickly as possible because I really want to get to your questions. So please have your questions ready. But listen, trading is a business. This is not a hobby. It's not a pastime, traders. It's something that you should approach as a business. And every day trader has his own individual business. A day trader does not work for a firm or work for a company. A day trader might use a firm or use a firm's capital, but they actually are their own business. And this is the case for all day traders. This is a business. It is not a traditional career in which you work for someone else. You work for yourself, and that's a pro. Okay? All you need is a laptop and an internet connection, a laptop, computer, and an internet connection, and you are in business from all four corners of the earth, guys. Now, I can't help you if you can't gain access to the internet. I can't help you if you don't have a computer of some kind. You do need these two things, but think about it. To be in your own business, to set your own hours, to be your own person with just a laptop, computer, and an internet connection, that's it. You don't need a store. You don't need a structure. All you need is a laptop, computer, and an internet connection, and you are not bound to a specific location. You do not have to trade from an office. You do not have to trade from a specific city or a specific town or a specific room in your house. You can trade from anywhere on planet Earth, whether that's a nice restaurant during lunch, whether that's a balcony in a beautiful hotel overlooking crystal blue waters, wherever your heart desires. You will never miss a beat. You carry your business with you. You can also do this part-time or full-time. The vast majority of my traders trade on average an hour to 90 minutes a day. My average trading day is around 18 minutes every single day. This is not something that you have to sit in the chair for 6, 7, 8 hours a day to earn your living. Some traders do, but many traders don't. It's not necessary today to work full-time at this. Pro number two, in the professional trading space, guys, transactional costs are extremely low as 6 cents a trade. Now, guys, look, I want to tell you something here. Look, check this out. Listen to me carefully here. I just want to make sure I have you here. When I placed my first trade, 1,000 shares of a company called Intel. Never forget this, 1,000 shares. My first professional trade, 1,000 shares, cost me $1,300 to buy 1,000 shares of Intel. To sell that 1,000 shares of Intel cost me another $1,300. What did this mean? That I was $2,600 negative in the hole before I could make $1. I had to recoup $2,600 before making $1 for myself. So commission costs, and those were institutional commission rates back in the 1980s. So think about this. Think about $2,600 every time you bought and sold 1,000 shares of a stock. And the base amount for professional traders tends to be 1,000 share positions, right? So one lot is considered in the professional world 1,000 shares. So 1,000 shares, one lot in, $1,300, 1,000 shares out, $1,300. I'm $2,600 negative before the stock moves. So my play has to recoup $2,600 before I make my first dollar. That was the world we traded in the 1980s. Throughout those years, due to a variety of things, new order handling rules, the decimalization of the markets, a greater number of participants in the game, technological advancements, the internet, greater efficiencies in the market have brought commission rates in the professional world extraordinarily low. I trade for 6 cents every 1,000 shares. So the same 1,000 shares of Intel that cost me $2,600 to get in and out of back in the 1980s will cost me 12 cents. Look at the difference. $2,600 in 1985, 1986. Today costs me 12 pennies. 6 cents in, 6 cents out. That's incredible. That's incredible. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, Oliver, aren't commission rates zero now? No. Commission rates are not zero. They're zero for the novice trader. They're not zero for the professional trader. And they're really not even zero for the novice trader. I'm going to get to that topic. Don't ever think that something's free on Wall Street. If you are an individual who thinks that your commissions are really free, if you think that anyone on Wall Street gives you something for free, you are the patsy. You are being taken advantage of. You are the victim. All right? The victim, the patsy, the individual being taken advantage of does not know ever that he's being taken advantage of. And if you believe that you're really getting something for free on Wall Street, greedy Wall Street, then you're extraordinarily naive. There is nothing free on Wall Street. Walk away knowing this one fact from this event. Nothing is free. If they say it's free here, it's being taken in a huge way somewhere else. Trust me, we'll talk about this in greater detail, okay? Let's get back to, if I can, the pros and cons. It's going to be very important, guys. And like I said, I do want to get to your questions, so I'm going to try to rush through this. Okay? Boom. Now, the next thing is funding possibilities. Today, there are a variety of ways to get funded as a trader, which means that you do not have to use your own money. You do not have to put your family's capital at risk. This is a huge benefit. It is a benefit that did not exist so prevalently when I first started trading. This is why I had to lose my own money. This is why I had to go into debt. This is why I had to borrow funds from other people, because these funding possibilities did not exist in the 1980s. They exist today. And I'm one of the first individuals in the industry to bring this funding to the industry, much to the chagrin of many, many of my colleagues. Okay? So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. You can earn a living in just 30 minutes to 1 hour. I talked about that, and listen to this, guys. If you happen to be one of the few individuals who get to a point where you do this activity extraordinarily well, I promise you, you will be respected and admired the world over. Everywhere you travel, everywhere you go, people will want to have dinner with you. People will want to treat you nice. People will want to get to know you because you have risen to the point of being one of the few people in the world who can really navigate themselves around financial markets adequately. And it won't matter whether the people are poor, whether the people are extraordinarily rich, whether the people are educated or not educated. You will be a desired hot item for the world over if you ever build your skill at being able to handle yourself in the financial markets. Think about anyone today who is considered to be an expert in the financial markets, and you will see the level of admiration and respect that the world has for them. It's a beautiful thing. This industry also offers an unparalleled degree of freedom and independence. Guys, look, where else can you receive, or what other thing offers the level of freedom and independence that trading has, where you can trade from anywhere on planet Earth with a laptop computer and an internet connection? You can trade anytime you want, and today markets are relatively available to you 24 hours a day, depending on the market you choose to trade. No one sets your hours. There's no supervisor in a sense. There's no real boss in a sense. It's you, your capital, the capital that you have access to, and the markets. There is no ceiling in terms of what you can make. There is no one that you have to rely on to give you a raise at the end of a period. There's no one that controls when you hit your buy button and when you hit your sell button. There's no one that controls when you enter a trade, when you exit a trade, or how much you can get. You do not have to rely on a team that might mess up. You might be the best performing member of a soccer or football team, but the rest of the members of the team suck. And so therefore you lose. None of that. Everything. You are independent. You rely on no one else. You rely on nothing else except you, your skill, your capital, and the markets. There is no other activity on planet Earth that offers this level of freedom and independence, and that is an extraordinarily beautiful thing. It's so beautiful and so powerful at times, it scares some people. I love that part of trading. I love the independence. I love the freedom that it offers. And of course, as the last pro, guys, riches are possible. Are riches likely? No, we're going to get to that next. But are riches possible? Yes. Can you become rich being an employee? I guess it's possible, but it's not probable. You can earn riches at this activity. But this is a perfect segue to go into the cons, guys, the cons of day trading. And this is an area that most people don't ever talk to you about. But let me tell you this. No one in this entire world can ever fault me, Oliver Velez, for not sticking the cons in your face. Every time I grab a mic, every time I have been offered the ability to speak from a stage or a podium or speak into a mic, whether it's from my desk or whether it's for an organization or whether it's for a trading group, for the last 26 years, being a devoted evangelist for this industry, I have never skipped an opportunity to put the cons in your face, because I think the cons and understanding them is actually more important than recognizing and understanding the pros. Let's get to the cons. Number one, con number one is the most important con of all. The odds are against you. Traders, listen to me carefully. The odds are against you. Traders, listen to me carefully. The odds are against you. One more time, listen to me carefully. You will never be able to fault me for failing to tell you this, for failing to put it in your face, for failing to shout it as loud as I possibly can. The odds are against you. Why? Because there's a 92% failure rate in the short-term oriented trading space. That's right. 92% of every one of you listening here will fail. 92% won't make it, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you work at it, no matter what your intentions are. 92% failure rate, and not me, not any firm in the United States, not any firm internationally, not any expert, not any mentor, not any trader, not any trainer, not any mentor can change this statistical fact. It is etched in stone. 92% failure rate. Now breathe that in, traders. I need you to understand this. I need you to understand what you're up against, because you ultimately, at the end of the day, are going to have to answer this question. This one very, very important question, traders. You're going to have to answer this. Do you understand? You're going to have to answer this. Do I have what it takes to be the 8%? Guys, this is a simple game, but it's not easy. There is a huge difference between simplicity and easy. It's simple, Markets go up, markets go down, sometimes they go sideways. 3 possibilities: up, down, sideways, up, down, sideways. That's a simple rudimentary mechanism. But I am the last person on planet Earth that will tell you that this activity called day trading in particular is easy. It's not easy. In fact, it's one of the most challenging activities you as a human being will ever pick up. Do you know why? Because in order for there to even be a hope for mastering the market, you have to first master yourself. And let's face it, how many people actually master themselves in this world? How many people actually reach a point where they do what they say they're going to do? How many people really keep their promises to their kids, their wives, their husbands, their community at large, their societies, their personal God? Very few people reach the point in their life in anything where they have accumulated or accomplished self-mastery. But the only way to have any chance at success at this is to first master yourself. You can't take an unmastered you into the market and think that there's going to be success in the market. You can't take an undisciplined you and go find success. You can't take an untrained you and go into the market with your untrained self and think that you and your untrained state is going to pull money out of the markets. Won't happen. You can't be an ill-informed individual and take your ill-informed self into the market and pull money out of the markets. You can't take your unmastered self. You can't take your undisciplined self. You can't take your untrained self. You can't take your uneducated self. You can't take your uninformed self. You can't take who you are right now without changing yourself first. You can't take who you are right now and take who you are right now in the market and expect the market to give you money. So what must happen? You must first change. You must first go through a metamorphosis. You must first become educated. You must first become discipline. Discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you work on, like your muscles. You got to hit this thing up every couple of days, every day of the week, if you will, to build that muscle, to build that capability. You have to work on becoming disciplined. You have to work on becoming educated. You have to work on becoming experienced. This work happens first. And it is this work that transforms who you are. Then you take the transformed you into the market, and it is that transformed you that starts producing progress. But if you think that you can stay who you are without putting work into creating the change you need in yourself, if you think that there's just, I take this 2-day course and I go into the market, 2 days is not enough to change who you are. Take this 2-day course, go into the market, open up an account, and I should become rich in the next few weeks, then you should really find another freaking planet to work on, because you are living somewhere in outer space, not here on planet Earth. I don't know about any other planets, but that doesn't work here, not on planet Earth. I have yet to do intergalactic travel. I'm waiting for Elon Musk or somebody to make that possible. But until then, I only know what the situation here is on planet Earth. This industry has a 92% failure rate, largely because people don't want to go through what it takes to become someone different first. They want to stay who they are and take who they are into the market and take money out of the market. It will never happen. My mother used to say, Oliver, never say never. Oh, never say never, Oliver. Well, I'm telling you, Mom, sorry, never. Let me say it again. Never. All right, guys. I know I'm silly, but it's a point worth. I'm telling you, it's a point worth belaboring. All right? 92% failure rate. Get it locked into your head. Most people know nothing about financial markets. They think they do. Oh, well, the market goes up and the market goes down, right, Oliver? That's it? Yeah, that's pretty. Most people know nothing about financial markets. That's a con. And here's another big one, guys. Success comes after experience, and experience takes time. years. You can't be an experienced trader in 2 days. You can't be an experienced trader in 2 weeks. You can't be an experienced trader in 2 months. Becoming experienced takes time. You can't cheat experience. All right? Anything good that happens before you are experienced is called luck, traders. Only what happens after experience can you claim as yours. Listen to me carefully. You can't become successful before you become experienced. Get this in your head, people. You cannot experience true, real success before you become experienced. True, real success comes after you become experienced. And what's required to become experienced? Time. This is what people do not want to put into this. They want a microwave. They want a microwave results. Can I have my gourmet meal in 15 seconds? No, you cannot. This is the number one reason why there are so many scams in this industry, because these scammers, right, which even I, believe it or not, have been accused of. Are you kidding me? Putting this truth in your face? How? But this is the number one reason that scammers in this industry get away with their scams, because they sell you on the idea that anyone can do this. They do not tell you that 92% of the people are going to fail. They do not tell you that this is difficult. They do not tell you that you're going to fail first until you become experienced. They do not tell you that experience takes time. They do not tell you that success happens after experience. And before your experience, you're going to be a loser. The reason why, how many people are in this room? There's 427 people in this room instead of 40,000 people in this room. Do you know why? Do you know why there's only 400 people here instead of 40,000 people? Because I tell you this truth. 92% of you are not going to make it. There's only 400 people here because I tell you that success comes after experience. There's only 400 people here because I tell you that experience takes time. There's only 400 people here because I tell you what's real in this industry. If I wanted 40,000 people in this room, I would constantly preach from every podium I can that everyone can do this, that you're all going to be successful, that it doesn't take time. Just follow these 3 things and get rich. I would have 40,000 people in this room. But I will never do that. You learn how to win in this business by first learning how to lose. Can I repeat that for you? You learn how to win by first learning how to lose. What does that mean, traders? You're going to lose first. What does that mean? You are going to become an expert loser before you see a single dollar, before you get winning trades consistently, before you call yourself a success, before you start to support yourself with this activity. You are going to be one of the greatest losing traders you have ever seen. You're going to become an expert at losing. You're going to become so intimate with losing, you're going to feel like this is just your natural state. You lose your way to success in this business. There is no way to win first, because winning doesn't come before your experience. Experience comes after you have lost tens of thousands of times. Guys, listen to me carefully. I get very, very emotional about this, and I apologize. It's just the way it is. This is just me. I get emotional about this because I need all of you to understand this. There is a direct link between how much you lose first and how successful you are later. And isn't it ironic that what all of you are trying to do is you're trying not to lose the very thing that you need to do. The very thing that you need to do now is to lose as much as you possibly can to get the losses out of the way now. You don't want the losses in the future. Just get the losses out of the way. Become so intimate with losing. Become so intimate with every possible error, every possible mistake. Know it like the back of your hand so that at some point, the market can no longer fool you. The market can no longer trick you. The market can no longer surprise you. You've been there. You've done that. You know every possible mistake that can be made. You know every possible error, every booby trap, every dead end. The market loses its ability to punch you without you seeing the punch coming. How do you get to that state? You become an expert loser. Why is this a con? It's a con because most people don't have enough money to get through the losing period that happens first. First of all, they enter the game with this Mickey Mouse Disney idea that I'm supposed to win from day one. This is not Disney World. I'm sorry. This is not a Disney movie. This is real life. It is impossible for you to win until you become experienced. And it is impossible to become experienced until after you have become the number one expert at what? Losing. How does a baby learn to walk? By running first? Wait, I'm going to learn to walk by sprinting first in the Olympics. Then I'll learn to walk later. No, a baby learns to walk by first trying to stand and falling. Standing, falling. Trying to stand, fall, 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 fall. Fall less. Fall less. Stable. Don't fall often. Take a step, fall. Take a step, fall. Take a step, fall. Take 2 steps, fall. Take 2 steps, fall. Take 3 steps. Falling, 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 falling until the baby becomes so intimate with falling and all the reasons for falling that he naturally starts to avoid the reasons, but not before becoming intimate with every possible way to fall. Doctors tell us that parents who overly protect their children from falling wind up with clumsy kids. Zero athletic ability because they weren't allowed to fall enough. You lose your way to success at this business. Why is this a con? It's a con for 2 reasons. Number one, most people start off with a tiny bit of capital and then they lose it because the first period has to be lost. The first period of a baby learning to walk has to be falling. You're always bad at something in the beginning. Always. First time you pick up a basketball, you're horrible. First time you put a golf club in your hands, you're really horrible. My golfers out there know that. The first time you try to kick a soccer ball and control it, you're horrible. The first time you try to walk, you're horrible. The first time you try to talk, you're terrible at it. You are bad at everything you start off, but somehow when it comes to this activity called day trading, that all of your common sense leaves your God-given head for some reason, and for some reason, this is the only activity that life is supposed to be different. No, I'm supposed to be good at this from day one, right? Really? You don't apply that common sense measure to anything else in life, but when it comes to this, you expect to be good right away. You expect not to fall. You expect not to lose. You expect to make the ball in the basket every single time. The first time you pick up a basketball, really? How can that be? Why is this supposed to be the exception to you? You're going to be bad at this. You're going to lose your money first. Absolutely. You're going to fall first. It's just the way life is. Again, I don't know about life on other planets. We're still waiting. But life here, you lose first in everything. In everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Am I talking too much? I I am frustrated at the level of naivete, and I am frustrated at I'm frustrated at the lack of common sense when it comes to my industry. I'm not here to sell you on some pipe dream. I'm here to speak some much needed reality to you. This is not easy. But I, for one, am glad it's not easy. I don't want to be a master at something that's easy. Oh, I'm a master. Did you know I'm a master at walking? Ah, Oliver, what's the big deal? Everybody can walk for the most part. I don't want to be a master at something that everyone else in the world can be a master at. I want to be a master at something so difficult that most people say, oh my God, really? How did you do that? Can you talk to me? Can I take you out to dinner? You want this to be hard. You want it to be difficult. You want it to be challenging. You want to be special. You want to be the minority. Who wants to be the majority? You want it to be difficult, but at the same time, don't be naive and think that it's going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. It is not. But at the same time, be glad it's not easy. Because if you happen to make it, oh my God, you are truly special. You're the 8% and not the 92%. And that should be your motivation. That should be your goal. I want to be the 8%, and I will work at being the 8%. I will put the work in. I will put the time in. I will become experienced. I understand that I'm going to lose first. I understand that inside of every single loss is the seed of a future win. I understand this. Losing comes first, Oliver. I understand this, and I will work on perfecting my losing until I lose less, and until the vast majority of those losses go away. You have to be willing to do that kind of work and have that kind of determination at this. Otherwise, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and you're proving every naysayer right in my industry. You know what the naysayers say? That this is not for you, that this is stupid, that this is gambling. They call my industry a fake, a scam, and it's not. But you, many of you, make them right. You turn this game, this professional game, into a casino because you're gambling and you're not trading. You play this game like it's a Disney movie, like you can all of a sudden, somebody can wave a wand and you're all of a sudden a successful trader because you took a 2-day course from somebody. What? A 2-day Disney wand to become successful. That the real world doesn't operate like that, traders. I'm sorry if I get so animated, but incredible. So like I was saying, I think that getting guys, I think that getting some of these things out of the way, we're tackling some of the major misconceptions here. No one will understand you. Listen to me. I'm going to repeat this. No one. If you do, consider yourselves extraordinarily lucky. But in most cases, no one is going to understand you until you make it. No one is going to support you until you make it. Sometimes you'll be in a situation where the person you go to bed with every single night is your enemy when it comes to this. The very people you love and want to support through this activity at some point in the future will despise your passion and your dedication to this. Whether that be your parents, the love of your life, your children. Many of you are going to find yourselves every single night breaking bread at the same dinner table of people who look at you and call you under their breath stupid. This was my world, where I was ultimately abandoned by the people who loved me the most. because I wanted to do nothing else but this in my life. You're going to be misunderstood. You're going to be despised. You're going to be ridiculed. You're going to be rejected. And you have to live through all of that. Is that a pro? No, that's a con. Because somewhere deep inside, you're going to have to push through all of that. You're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet without anyone helping you, without any support whatsoever. Again, if you happen to be one of the rare people who has that support, consider yourselves lucky and pray to your personal God every single night that they don't turn on you. Because at first people supported me, but later they didn't. The only thing that's going to shut these people up, the only thing that's going to change their mind is you becoming the 8%. That is a con, ladies and gentlemen. Another con, it takes money to trade professionally, guys. $30,000 minimum. This is another huge misconception in this industry. There's a huge difference between retail trading with $500, even $5,000. Retail novices trade with $500, $5,000, $10,000. Novice, novatos. To do this professionally, you need minimum 30, and that is really dangerously thin. That is a con. Most people don't have $30,000. I'll talk about ways to get around that very quickly. Monthly cost. As a professional trader, I'm not talking about novice retail traders with a TD Ameritrade account. I'm not talking about them. We don't consider them professionals. Are you kidding me? They're the people who feed the professionals. TD Ameritrade accounts feed professional traders. Do you understand? Trade station accounts feed professional traders. Interactive brokers, they feed professional traders. There's a huge difference between retail novice trading and professional trading traders. Monthly cost for professional traders between $200 and $400 per month. And if that's something you complain about, then you are far away from being a professional trader. Think about it. To be in one of the best businesses in the world cost you $200 to $400 a month. Your own business? That's it? You know how much it costs to run a restaurant, a shoe store, a clothing store, a supermarket, a bodega, a gas station? Shoot, do you know how much it costs you to sell fruit on the corner of a street? This is the best business in the world if you can make it. And to have your cost no more than a few dollars a day, guys, this is a few dollars a day to be in the best business in the world. But it is a con because many people don't have $200 to $400 a month. There are ways to get around that, which I'll explain. Mentors and proper training will cost you, and why should it not? Guys, let me ask you something. Here's another thing I am totally perplexed about, guys. I have to say this. I'm sorry. I got to say this. Why is it that when it comes to my industry, that people think it should be free? All right, why is it that someone wants to take a little rinky-dink course on how to do nails? I want to be a nail technician, I want to be a nail practitioner. I want to be a practitioner. I want to do nice, beautiful nails. And they take a course and they don't ask the university or the institution selling them a nail course, why isn't this for free? But when it comes to my industry, you want professional traders to teach you for free. Why? Why? You want your children to learn how to swim, and you're going to hire a swimming instructor. Why would you not ask the swimming instructor to give you his services for free? His time. his experience that he worked hard for. Why? Why is that? Why, when it comes to my industry, is it somehow a really bad thing if you charge someone to teach them, having put decades of your life into this, to build your experience, your skill, your pedigree, your ability, and then to take huge blocks of your time and to teach people? Why? Why? This is a poverty mindset, in my opinion. And there's this general notion that, oh, well, Oliver, only people who can't trade teach. Really? Seriously? Well, that would mean that traders, real professional traders, are just born. Right? Because if not, if traders aren't born, like, okay, we've just had 10 babies born. These 2 babies are professional traders. The other 8 are not. Or better yet, according to the statistics, 10 babies born, this one's a professional trader. The other 9 are not. That's not the case. Traders are not born, they're made. How are traders made? Do you think reading a book? You think you can become a successful trader reading a book? No. Just like you can't become a professional golfer reading a book, or a professional football player reading a book, or a professional heart surgeon reading a book. You can't read a book. You can't read your way to success at this. If this were the case, the librarians would be the billionaires in the market, right? The readers of the world would be the billionaires. You can't read your way to success at day trading. So if you're not born, you must have been taught. What do you think you're taught by? You can't be taught by books. You think you can be taught in a course, sitting in a chair at the back of the room in some Marriott hotel with cookies and soda as snacks in the back, and someone at the top, at the front of the group with slides? You think you can learn how to trade that way? I'm not saying that that has zero value, but that does not make you a successful trader either. Not even if I'm at the front of the room. Guys, look. Traders are not born, they're made, which means they're taught, they're guided, they're mentored. This is how it is on Wall Street. When I first entered, December 5th, 1986, my first day I walked on the job as a professional trader. 6 months I did not place a trade. 6 months. You know what they did? You know what they gave me? They gave me a stack of buy slips and sell slips. Back in those days, you wrote out your buys and sells on a slip, right? So buy Intel 1,000 shares, sign my name. This is my trader number. Boom. And you handed it to an order taker. Now, first, my order taker room was down the hall. I had to write the ticket out, walk down the hall, stand in line, hand my order ticket to the order taker. The order taker would look at it, read it, and I'm saying, please read faster. Is that 1,000 or 10,000? No, I'm a beginning trader. It's 1,000, please. And I'm thinking, like, please just do the order. And yeah, what's your name again? Yeah, I haven't seen you around very much. Yeah, Oliver Velez. Where are you from? And I'm like, the stock's moving. Can you please, under my breath, can you please stamp it, please? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Castle Hill area, the Bronx. I know that. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so 1,000 shares of Intel? Okay. Cha-ching, boom, stamp, whatever the time of that stamp, you got the price that you could match up that time stamp with the price in your time in sales and be guaranteed the price on your slip. And then when you wanted to sell 1,000 shares of Intel, my trader number, sign here, boom, go down the hall again, please, cha-ching, and that's the price you sold. That's how we trade it. Now, I was given stack of buys, stack of sells, but I had a time stamper. That's like today's simulator. right? I had a time stamper on my desk. And so my trading supervisor would say, Oliver, okay, look, you're going to trade throughout the day. You're going to fill out the buy slips, stamp them. And then when you get out of the trade, you're going to fill out the sell slips, stamp them. And boom, at the end of the day, I'm going to review your buy slips and your sell slips. We're going to sit at the computer and review whether these were profitable trades. I did this for 6 months. He's like, Oliver, you were heavily involved in the banks today. Why? Tell me why. The banks were all weak across the board. Why are you buying banks? They're weak across the board. Well, why are you making your job a lot harder? You know, you had chip stocks rocking. They're up 6%. The chip industry is up 6% on the day. The banking industry was down 3.1% for the day. Why would you want to make your job so much harder by buying what's not going up instead of buying what's going up? What do you think that was? What do you think that was? Training, mentoring, guidance. Traders aren't born. The traders are made. And they're not made by novices. A novice trader doesn't create a professional trader. Someone who's just read a whole bunch of stuff on the internet can't help create a professional trader. Someone who's read a bunch of trading books can't create a professional trader. No, professional traders, experienced professional traders make professional traders. Help make professional traders. Help them bypass some of the landmines. Help them prevent them from going down the myriad dead ends you can go down. A professional trader will help you curtail your learning curve, will shorten the experience building time. That is priceless. Instead of it taking you 6 years, it takes you 1 year. Or even a year and a half, who cares? Instead of it taking you 10 years fooling around trying to find, there are some of you listening to me have been trying this for 10 years and you're not successful yet. And a professional can help shrink that because they've been there, done that. They know all the ways, all the mistakes, all the pitfalls, instead of you having to discover them over the years. But if you ever think that someone who's put the work into this, who sacrificed, went through the hardships, cries, depression, battling all the people against them, finally arriving, and every minute is a money-making minute for them now. Every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, they're richer. Every 30 minutes in the market, they have more money than before the 30 minutes ago. Every 30 minutes, they're higher, higher, higher. And so that person is going to sacrifice an hour of their time, 2 hours of their time, not making money to teach you for free. Once again, I don't know how things work intergalactically. Maybe there's some planet out there where they'll do that. But here on planet Earth, Mom, I'm sorry. I hope she's not listening to this live broadcast. Mom, I'm sorry. Never, 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 never. And if someone is willing to teach you for free, beware. Beware. I promise you. I promise you. Just beware. Just run 180 degrees in the opposite direction. All right, guys. You know the deal. You know the deal. Okay. Many false mentors and awful training. Guys, this is something that I have to say that I have not had to go through in my experience. I've not had to go through this, traders. Back in the 80s, there were no mentors or real trainers. So I did not have Facebook groups and the internet of any kind back in the 80s. There were barely books written on the topic of professional trading. So it was a different era. Today, the internet has given everyone a voice. And guys, some of you might feel that this is a beautiful thing. And in some respects, it is a beautiful thing. The internet is democratic in many ways, that it levels the playing field, that everyone is predominantly equal on the internet. Now, there are some benefits to that, but there are some huge problems with that as well. Listen, I am not one of those individuals who subscribes to the notion that everyone should have an equal voice. I'm not. No, some people should shut up. I'm sorry. Some people don't deserve to open their mouths. Some people should sit in the corner and be quiet and listen and learn. All right? Same thing with guns. Some people should have guns, and some people shouldn't. Right? Some people should have more freedom, and some people can't handle 100% freedom. Everyone's different. And I will tell you that because the internet makes no distinction, because anyone can put up a website, because anyone can make the website say whatever they want it to say, because anyone can go out there and claim that they're this and that, makes it very difficult for the young and very new, well-intentioned individual to seek out proper, true mentors and real training. And one of the things utilized in this new internet-based world is the 50 Cent effect. I don't know if you know the artist 50 Cent, but 50 Cent came to popular fame by attacking and going after, right, some of the top artists when he first entered the industry. And many people in the internet industry utilize that effect. So what they do, they have no pedigree, they have no real experience, they have nothing documented about them that proves their claims. So what do they do to garner attention? They go after people like me. They go after people with experience. They go after people who are recognized names in the industry. And this is how they garner their attention, attacking them, claiming that they're frauds or scammers or whatever the case is. Meanwhile, they have absolutely zero pedigree, zero things to offer or show you in the industry, what they've accomplished or what they've done. I feel sorry in a way for many of the young, new people coming into industry that have no basis for determining what's true and what isn't true. But here's my recommendation for you. You can't make a decision in this regard cerebrally. It is not mental. You can't do it mentally. You can't do it with your brain. Nope. You have to do it with your heart. You see, the brain wants to compare like website to website, right? So the brain wants to say, well, I remember one person coming to me and saying, Oliver, listen, I know you've been in this industry for 3 decades and I've read up about you. I know, you speak throughout the industry all the time. I know this, I understand, but I'm really considering, to be honest with you, I'm really considering going over here because over here I noticed in their training program, they have 13 benefits. And in your training program, you have 10 benefits. And I was like, really? That's it? All right. Give me 5 minutes. Now I got 15 benefits. What? That's it? Like that's what you're doing? You're comparing websites that anybody can create? Really? Like that's your homework? You've done your homework, huh? It's crazy to me. Crazy. This is the crazy internet-based world we have now. Oh, well, he has a YouTube channel. Okay. Look, guys, go by your feeling. If someone, you got to spend a little bit of time with them. And if they don't offer that, then something's probably wrong. What they say has to hit somewhere deep inside of you regularly. The hairs on the back of your neck have to raise at times. This person has to deliver bombshell aha moments. Oh my God, I never thought of it that way. Wow, that was insightful. Oh my God, that is true. These are the experiences of the heart, not of comparing web page to web page, program to program. No. Right? So that's just my recommendation in today's world, because everyone's an expert now. Right? 21-year-old kid wants to teach you from his extensive experience how to trade the markets professionally. When did he start? At 2 years old? Really? Seriously? I mean, you got to be smarter than that, right? That's not old enough to learn how to lose properly, much less win. Do you understand? I want you to think about it like this. The market, think about it like this, guys. Let me just do this. I'll show you this. Let me just do this. Give me a second. This is going to be fun. It'll be fun to do this. All right, it'll be fun to do this. Let me show you this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. I'm going to go to charts. That's right. I'm going to show you some charts. All right. I want to show you, what should I show you? I'll show you the Nasdaq. Why don't I do that? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Check this out. Let's do it. All right, cool. All right, guys, look. Here is a weekly chart of the Nasdaq, okay? Take a look at it. All right, weekly chart of the Nasdaq. I got the 20-period moving average here and the 200-period moving average on the chart, right? Now, look at this. From 2009, okay, to now, what is that? 11 years? From 2009 to now, the market has been going up. Now, I want you to think about this. If a person started anywhere in trading in these last 11 years, guess what? They know only one market. That's experience? Really? You really think so? They haven't yet experienced this kind of market. They haven't yet experienced this kind of market. They haven't experienced all the transitional phases that exist between this cycle. So they've only experienced this. This is the only part of the cycle they experience. But there's this part of the cycle. There's this part of the cycle. There's this part of the cycle. And then we repeat back in this part of the cycle. But in addition to those parts, there's these transitional pockets that slip between those parts of the cycle, right? There's 7 parts of the market in total. And over the last 11 years, we only have this part of the cycle. So what happens when this comes and this comes and this comes? Where will they be? This has been a market where a rising tide raises all the boats. All of the boats rise in a market like this. Whether you're a little boat, inexperienced boat, whether you're a big boat, a yacht, or whether you're a plastic boat, the rising tide raises all the boats. This, to me, is inadequate experience to be out there trying to teach people, having experienced one market environment in their lives. So it's laughable to me and many of my professional colleagues when we see individuals in this industry trying to teach you and have 3 years of trading experience or 4 years of trading experience, and there's only one part of the cycle over the last 9 years. I'm sorry, traders. A lot of people in this industry do not like me because I speak the truth this way. I'm sorry. Just the way it is. Sorry. Sorry. Have to deal with it. Got to deal with it. Got to deal with it, guys. They hate me. They hate me. Means I'm doing everything right, you know. Means I'm doing everything right. That's right. All right. So, guys, we got through all the pros, all the cons. And I just wanted to take a moment out to, I mean, I know it's been longer than a moment, but I just wanted to address those things. And I wanted to tackle some of the most difficult things when it comes to this, which is the failure rate and the time it takes, and that you do lose first and that you need capital. Do you understand? All right. Where's my middle finger, my middle ring? No rings today. All right. So maybe I can take some of your questions. I also would like to let you know, traders, that look, there's so many people who don't understand the difference between retail trading and professional trading. I don't offer to my traders retail trading. I haven't traded in a retail firm since, I don't know, 1988 maybe. I don't even know the retail trading world today, to be honest with you. There is a huge difference between retail trading at a brokerage firm and professional trading. And you really need to understand that. Most professional traders are not trading with their own capital. All retail traders are trading with their own capital. That's one huge difference right there. Professionals don't trade with their own capital. Why? Why would you trade with your limited capital when you can trade with so much more? Like, so why would I limit my profits if I have $25,000? Why would I limit what I can make by my $25,000 if I can have $2.5 million to trade with? Like, professionals don't think that way. It's sort of like professional real estate moguls, right? They don't say, well, all right, I've got $1 million. Now, to the professional real estate mogul, he's going to see that $1 million as many houses, that he can purchase many houses with the million with the bank's capital. Put a little bit down on one house, get one house. Take a little bit of the million, put it down on house 2, get a loan from the bank on house 2. Put a little bit of the million down on house 3, get a loan from the bank on house 3. He's using the bank's money, right? With his own capital a little bit to provide the foundational base. Well, that's the way the professional trading industries operate. All right? Professionals work with money that's beyond their money. to make more. They don't limit to their own capital. It just doesn't make sense. Because if you're profitable with 25,000, imagine how profitable you'd be with 250,000 or 2.5 million. Why would you limit yourself? Like, professionals don't do that in any industry. Why do you think companies go IPO? To raise more money. But they usually are already making a lot of money. But they want to raise more money to expand faster. It's just the way the professional mind and the professional industries operate. You don't limit yourself to what you have. You play beyond what you have, right? So that's a huge difference between retail traders and professional traders. I fund all of my traders. I give each one of my traders $50,000 to start with. That's starting. It's not huge, but it's a good starting amount. And I want you to understand that if you try to do this, let me just show you this, guys. Let me just show you this. I think it's better if I show you this. This is important. I think this is important. This is important to show you here. I think it is. Give me a second here. Let me just cover this, guys. Let me cover this. Take a look at this. Retail trading versus pro trading. I actually wasn't going to show you this, but I'll show it to you. So I don't want this to get too long, but take a look at this. Someone says, I see retail trading as testing the market. Well, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Testing the market in the retail world. I have a problem with that, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But guys, no, this is not what I wanted to. This is not what I want to show you here. Okay, retail versus pro trading, guys. Take a look at this. I wasn't going to show you this actually, but let's take a quick look at it. I don't want to be too long with it. I want you to understand that when you go out into the retail world and you want to day trade, that there is a law called the pattern day trading rule. Google this if you want to. It's called the pattern day trading rule. This is a federal law, okay? You must have a minimum of $25,000 cash in your brokerage account in order to day trade. Now, think about this, $25,000 minimum. If you lose $1 of your $25,000, you cannot day trade. And if you do day trade, your account will be shut down for 6 months. You don't believe me? Google it. Google it. 6 months. Up to 6 months, your account can be closed and you can't get your money out. This is a federal law called the pattern day trading rule, passed in 2001. So most firms who ask you, are you going to day trade? These retail brokerage firms will say, well, if you're going to day trade, you need 30,000 or 35, because if you lose, if you open right at the minimum of 25,000 and you lose $1, you lose your day trading privileges. So you should have a cushion, 30, 35,000 to start day trading. Now this is your own capital you need. A law. My traders in my program put up $1,500. And that is just to train them. And they get $50,000 to trade with. Now, look at this. Look at what you got to put in the retail world, and look at what you have to put in the pro world. Crazy, right? Which one you prefer? Do you prefer to put this at risk? You want $30,000 to be your stop, or you want $1,500 to be your stop? I'll take the $1,500 every day of the week and twice on Sunday. I want my downside to be $1,500 and get the best training in the world from Oliver. That's what I can lose. If I walk away from this game at one point, $1,500 is my loss. I'm finished. I'm done. Or you want to risk $30,000 in the retail world. This is why I have a problem. Well, I'm going to test myself out in the retail world. It's a higher risk to test yourself out in the retail world. In addition, the pro world is different in this way. There's an independent platform. Let's look at this level. And in the retail world, there is no independent platform. They give you their platform. Now listen to me carefully, traders. If you open up an account, let's say at a TD Ameritrade, you get their platform. Professionals will never use a platform that is owned by the broker. Never. Mom, I'm sorry. There's that word again. Never. Never. Why do you think that is? You want your broker to be in control of your orders? Really? You're that naive? Seriously. Professionals will never do this. Your executions on a brokerage platform are extraordinarily inferior to an independent platform that has no loyalty to a broker. And what I find, especially in the Latin American community, they are so uninformed about this that they actually confuse the word platform with broker. So when someone in the Latin American community asks me, Oliver, what platform is that? Really what they're asking me is, what broker is that? And I have to 2,000 times a day explain the platform is an independent institutional trading platform. It has no connection to a broker. The clearing firm or the broker is independent of the platform. The platform is an independently provided piece of technology that I can be assured of the best executions and the highest quality of data. So imagine this. Imagine in the retail world, you getting clipped for 1 to 2 pennies every single transaction. For a professional trader, that could be millions of dollars over his lifetime. Millions. You miss 3 cents on a trade. Think about this, guys. What's 3 cents on 1,000 shares? All right. Now multiply that. You know what it is. If you did something like 10,000 shares and you missed 3 cents, all right? 10,000 shares, you missed 3 cents, you missed $300. Now repeat $300 every day for the rest of your life, as you're missing 3 cents on average. Professional independent platforms give you the ability to trade in between a penny. So let's say something is trading at $20.01 bid by $20.02 bid. The professional platform gives you the ability to trade in between these pennies. You can't ever get that in retail. In the professional world, you get paid to trade $1.25 every 1,000 shares. Look in the retail world, zero. They don't pay you anything. On independent platforms, you get this payment, which means that every time you remove liquidity, every time you add liquidity to an exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, the Nasdaq, any exchange, when you add liquidity through an independent platform, you get $1.25 every 1,000 shares that goes back into your account. You're getting paid to trade. So check this out. So My commission is 6 cents every 100 shares. My commission is 6 cents every 100 shares. This is where, well, somebody says, Oliver, I have a Robinhood account and my commission is 0. No, it's not. Don't be naive, please. And I'll explain it to you. So my commission is 0.6 cents every 100 shares. So if I place 1,000 shares, my commission is 60 cents, right? That's what my clearing firm charges me, 60 cents, 1,000 shares, right? Okay. But I pay 60 cents to place 1,000 shares, but I get back 125 if that 1,000 shares adds liquidity to the market. So look at the difference. I make more than the commission. Now that's true real trading, true free trading, traders. Retail, you get nothing but skipped orders. They clip you for a penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, sometimes as much as 5 and 10 cents. Your orders aren't professional and your data is not the highest quality data. That is why it's free. But is this really free if you're missing $300 on average a week or a day, depending upon your volume? You're missing $1.25 every 1,000 shares you add liquidity, so you're missing that. In addition, you're losing on average 1, 2, 3 cents an order. Do you understand what that means? That means you're missing $1 to $3 every 3,000 shares. If you've traded 10,000 shares for the day, which is very small, if you traded 10,000 shares every day, 10,000 times missing 3 cents is you're missing $30. Wait a minute. So you miss, wait a minute, $30 times 10, you're missing $300 that day for your free commissions and your free platform. Free platform, free data, free platform, and you're missing $300 in executions, and you're missing the $1.25. Now, is that really free? Listen, whenever you see this word on Wall Street, it's not that word. Listen to me carefully, traders. Whenever, you understand this? Whenever you see the word free, it's not free. It's being taken from another side in a big way. It's the word most associated with take more. I'm telling you. People have said, Oliver, I don't understand this. My brokerage firm's platform is free. Why in your program do traders have to pay for their independent platform? Well, let's think of it this way. They get $1.25 every 1,000 shares. They add liquidity. Now let's add that up. 10,000 shares is 10 1,000s, right? 10. The commission cost is less than the $1.25 received, making it actually free. Guys, my main point here is that The professional world does not deal with retail brokers. The retail brokerage space is designed for the little guy. The little guy that's not very well funded, the unprofessional, ill-informed trader that won't miss a penny here, 2 cents there, 3 cents there. But when you get into day trading and start to play size, these things add up. And no one wants their broker in control of the execution. How crazy is that in the professional world? That the broker who has everything to gain by filling your order incorrectly is going to control the very mechanism through which you place your order. Wow. That's like a blank check. Anyway, my main point, guys, has been that there's so many people who don't understand the differences between these two worlds, and they try to compare my world with the world they know, the brokerage world. And because the brokerage world has free platforms and free commissions, I've just explained to you that doesn't exist really, and the pro world doesn't, anyone who's in the pro world is a scammer. They just don't understand the difference. You understand what I'm saying? They don't understand that they're the ones getting scammed. So, but I'm up for the task because I've taken on the task of educating the world, educating my Latin American people about the professional world and dealing with the misconceptions and the differences and trying to get them to understand that, look, you're not comparing the same thing here. It's different. You got to break out of that lower level playing field, All right. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to have a little talk like that, guys. And I do at some point want to have something a little more formal on this topic, put together bullet point by bullet point just for the general public, just to have it out there as an electronic footprint in the internet space, because I think it's very, very highly needed. All right. Any questions before I let you go on this topic? Guys, just so you know, I am having a very, very large free event this upcoming Saturday. I think that we have over 10,000 people registered for the event, maybe even much larger than that. I haven't gotten updated on the numbers, but we'll have people from all over the world. I'll spend about 2.5 hours with you, and I want to cover some very, very valuable trading tactics and techniques that you'll be able to use whether you trade options, bonds, futures, cryptocurrencies, for it doesn't matter. That what I'm going to teach you, some of the things I'm going to share with you, are universally applied across all markets and all time frames. And I don't care what level of market sophistication you feel that you've attained, whether you are just an individual who's just found this wonderful activity we call trading and just getting started, you'll find something to hugely benefit from this free event this upcoming Saturday. If you consider yourself to be an intermediate trader that is not really a novice, but you haven't reached the echelon of mastery yet, but you're on your way, you'll find something extraordinarily valuable too. And even those who feel that you're masters, even those who feel like they can teach the world and they know everything on planet Earth, I want you to come as well. I guarantee you there'll be something that I'll be able to share that hits home with you in a very, very significant way. I'm not going to hold a lot back. I'm going to give you some meaty, very educational things that you will be able to utilize the very next day that the market opens for you. All right. And as I mentioned, what I will be sharing with you, some of the same tactics and techniques that I teach all of my traders, is going to be applicable across all markets. So it doesn't matter what you trade and all time frames. and more importantly, across all styles. So whether you're a short-term oriented trader or a long-term investor, you can apply these concepts. They're applicable in all time frames as well. So it's going to be it's going to be a very, very valuable 2.5 hours. I'd love to have you there, and I welcome you. It's absolutely free. I try to do one of these once a month, although we're coming into months where that may not be the case anymore. All right, the busiest time of year for me is the latter part of the year, so I might not be able to do these as I've been able to do during the pandemic lockdown months. But please try to make it there this upcoming Saturday in the morning if you can. You can register on my various sites. I will be posting about this upcoming Saturday event on my socials as well tonight and tomorrow. All right. I have implemented some of your strategies, and this has made the difference in my day trading results. I love that. I would like to get my girls a good education in day trading. Absolutely, guys. If you can, start them out early. That's the way to do it. I started when I was 15 years old, almost 16. So let's call it 16 years old. I have a Trading Kids team. My Trading Kids program is actually going on right now. We have over 400 members in the Trading Kids Academy. And some of these kids are amazing, man. They can out-trade all of you. I love it. I love it. They don't overcomplicate things. All right? They overcomplicate things. All right, so guys, make sure you join me this upcoming Saturday. We got a lot to talk about. This was just more of a casual talk on trading and clearing up some misconceptions and just letting people who are just new to the industry know a few things about the day trading space. But this Saturday will be tactic-driven, strategy-driven. We're going to talk about specific things that you can deploy in your trading Saturday. So it's going to be a very, very different talk than today. This is going to be educational. It's going to be meaty. It's going to be weighty. It's going to be some of the very same things I teach all of my traders and have been for the last 2.5 decades. All right? These things work, and I want you to be able to apply them in your trading, whether you're a part of my team or not. Okay? Last thing I will say, be careful. There's a lot of people out in the internet world who are posing as me, trying to defraud you of your money. Please do not get fooled by this. I have one Instagram account, Oliver Velez 007. That is it. I don't have multiple Instagram accounts. I've got this main YouTube channel. I don't have many others, but most of these things are happening on Instagram. So please beware. I do have team members that you can verify if they are in fact a part of my team just through my websites, olivervelez.com and tradingolivervelez.com. Both. Tradingolivervelez.com is the Spanish and olivervelez.com is the English. You can actually get to both of them via olivervelez.com. But if you ever want to verify, if you're talking to someone who's authorized to speak on my behalf and my team, you can go to that website, go to staff, and look up their name. If they're not there, you're being taken advantage of. And that's the last thing I want for you. All right, traders, thank you so very much for joining me today. I'd like for you to tell me in the comments below. Tell me, what should we do talks on? I want my staff and me to grab a list of these things, and I want to knock them out one by one. I will address everything. Okay? So help me do that. Okay? Help me do that if you will. Tell me below on this video, Oliver, I'd like you to do something on this, either a video or a live talk on this topic, that topic. Tell me below. And if you haven't done so yet, guys, hit that subscribe button and click the bell in the upper right-hand corner for yourselves, please. I don't want you to miss a single piece of content. I spend a great deal of time putting in work, making sure that there is something available for you 365 days a year that can help elevate your level of market sophistication in this game, and it's absolutely free. No obligation. You know that I give from my heart. I teach from my heart. I'm not one of these sites that's pounding you on the table to buy something. No, I just put the information out there. Utilize it. All right? So subscribe, hit the bell in the right hand corner for yourself. Make sure you turn all notifications on. There's an all option there so that every time I go live and every time there's a video, you are there to receive it. Okay? All right. Thank you very much, traders. I love you all. We'll be doing this again, and I'll be reading your comments below. I want to see what you want to hear about. All right, guys. Ciao for now. Ciao. Yeah. It's dinner time for me. Oh, yeah. Love you guys. Oh, yeah. Love it.